6. First, the highlights. Lagos State's government tasked lecturers on state tertiary institutions on quality teaching. Chief Justice of Nigeria to swear in 11 new Supreme Court justices. On the foreign scene, Hungary, Sweden sign fighter jet deal ahead NATO membership vote. In sport, Chelsea targets Nigerian striker Victor Boniface as alternative to Victor Osimhen in the current transfer season. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lecturers in the Lagos State's government tertiary institutions have been advised on quality teaching while making more input in the formulation and implementation of government policies in the state. Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, gave this charge during the valedictory session held in his honor as outgoing member of the Governing Council of the Lagos State University, Ojo, at Council Chamber of the institution. According to him, the quality of education support, material and human resources available to higher institutions of the state government puts them in vantage positions to make contributions to the state's government policies for the development of the state. Sule assured members of the university community that the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu would continue to invest in the state institutions of higher learning because the quality of teaching will determine the quality of graduate produced by these institutions. Vice Chancellor of LASU, Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello, thanked the outgoing member of the Governing Council, Tolani Sule, for his modest contributions to the development of the university and relentless service to the institution. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has approved the appointment of Ayo Kunu Adesina as Permanent Secretary, Office of State Surveyor General. A letter signed by the head of service body Aguru said due cognizance was taken of the appointee's impressive performance. Aguru envisaged that Adesina will continue to bring his experience to bear on the mandate of the Office of the State Surveyor General. Adesina served at the Surveyor General of Lagos State from Monday, 16th of August 2023 until his appointment as Permanent Secretary, which was conveyed in a letter dated 22 of February 2024. Lagos State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Bobolaji Ogunlende, says the need for youth to imbibe good values as the leaders of tomorrow in Nigeria cannot be overstressed. Ogunlende made the submission at the Lagos State Youth Parliament luncheon party and award ceremony for the 4th Legislative Assembly held in Ikeja. The commissioner charged the awardees and members of the 5th Assembly to be good ambassadors of Lagos State by living above board in all they do wherever they find themselves, while encouraging the youth to believe in themselves as a group that has a critical role to play in shaping the nation. Ogunlende said the state has laid a solid foundation for youth to build on. The Nigerian Navy, in collaboration with other security agencies, has conducted a search and rescue drill in Rivers State to train personnel on waterways management. In his remarks, the commander of the Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder, Desmond Igbo, said the event was aimed at preparing the Nigerian Navy and other relevant maritime agencies for emergency search and rescue operations. Igbo noted that the exercise would also enable the agencies to effectively conduct search and rescue operations in a maritime environment. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, who was represented at the event by his deputy, Ngozi Odu, hailed the idea of collaboration among the agencies as a measure to address emergencies on the state waterways. The governor added that the exercise would allow them to identify areas for improvement in their procedures and equipment. Now to the rest of the stories. The newly appointed 11 justices of the Supreme Court will be sworn in on Monday. Supreme Court's Director of Information, Festus Akondi, said the oath of office will be administered on the justices by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola. Akonde also said the ceremony will take place on Monday at 10 a.m. at the main courtroom of the Supreme Court. When the swearing in of the elevated justices is done, the Apex Court will have the full complement of 21 justices as stipulated by the Constitution. It will be recalled that the National Assembly had on December 21, 2023, confirmed the elevation of the justices following President Bola Tinubu's recommendation. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has joined President Bola Tinubu, represented by his vice Kashim Shettima, Secretary to the Government of the Federation George Akume, Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, and other eminent Nigerians to attend the funeral service of the immediate past Governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. The funeral service held at the Cathedral Church of St. Andrew, Ondo State, was also attended by hundreds of Anglican and other denominational bishops and priests, religious leaders, traditional rulers, judges, lawyers, former and present public office holders, politicians, as well as captains of industry. Speaking at the service, President Tinubu said Akeredolu would be remembered for the sacrifice he made and for leaving an indelible footprint, noting that he served the people to the best of his abilities. Governor Aiyedatiwa, in his address during the funeral service, described Akeredolu as a great man, courageous leader and fighter with integrity who stood for good governance and the rule of law. He appreciated all the dignitaries for attending the funeral service of his former boss, saying Akeredolu lives in the heart of the people and Ondo people cannot forget him easily. On his part, Governor Sanwo-Olu mourned the passing of Akeredolu, describing his death as a colossal loss to the country and Ondo State in particular. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who sympathized with the entire people of Ondo State, especially the indigents of Owo, on the demise of their illustrious son, said Akeredolu made lots of positive contributions to the growth and development of the state and Nigeria, especially in the judiciary and governance. In foreign news now, Hungary has signed a deal to buy 4 fighter jets from Sweden as Budapest prepares to approve Stockholm's bid to join the last North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, after nearly 2 years of delays. Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban said in a news conference alongside his Swedish counterpart of Kristersson that the agreement to buy 4 fighter jets is a move to increase its air defense capabilities. On his part, Kristersson welcomed the deal, saying the conversation has been constructive and they have agreed to move forward in fields of common interest. Hungary, the final country to approve Sweden's bid to join the Transatlantic Military Alliance, will hold a vote in Parliament on Monday after Turkey's ratification last month. In sport, Nigerian striker Victor Boniface has been highlighted as a potential alternative to his compatriot Victor Osimhen by English football club Chelsea. The Blues are in the market for a striker as Senegalese international Nicolas Jackson's impact has not yet been felt by the London club. Chelsea is looking to once again dive into the transfer market with Osimhen its priority target for that position, but we face stiff competition from PSG Football Club, with which appears to have listed Osimhen as the heir to Real Madrid bound Kylian Mbappe. This is coming days after the German outlet's chief transfer expert Christian Falk reiterated that Chelsea is keeping tabs on Boniface. Boniface has scored 16 goals and 8 assists in 23 games in all competitions prior to suffering an adductor injury that will keep him sidelined for another couple of months. That's it on the news at 6, but just before we go, ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all the various social media platforms: X, formerly Twitter Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all the previous programs and news on our channel Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 280 unemployed youth for global certification on solar farm construction technology for the supply of electricity in Nigeria? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website to end the news. Here are the highlights of the major stories. Lecturers in Lagos State Government tertiary institutions have been advised on quality teaching while making more input in the formation and implementation of government policies in the state. The newly appointed 11 justices of the Supreme Court will be sworn in on Monday. We also told you that Hungary has signed a deal to buy 4 fighter jets from Sweden as Budapest prepares to approve Stockholm's bid to join the last North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, after nearly 2 years of delays. And finally, in sport, Nigerian striker Victor Boniface has been highlighted as a potential alternative to his compatriot Victor Osimhen by English football club Chelsea. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagostate.glv.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Oluporoku. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.